Hi everybody, Viv McGrath here from beingunbeatable.com. I want to talk today about fear of change and how we can overcome it. You know, I used to be terrified of change, and the fear of the unknown really scared me. For example, like 1 year ago, I decided to come out and tell my story, and it's a story that many of my friends and closest colleagues didn't even know about me, which was that I am a survivor, or I was once a victim of domestic violence. And when I wrote my Daily Mail feature article telling this story, I was absolutely terrified. I thought, what are people going to think of me? And I was scared of how I'd be judged. I really honestly felt like I was walking down the street naked. I felt that exposed. But since I started telling my story and writing my blog, it's been incredible. It's opened amazing new doors. I'm now working on a feature documentary, 50 Shades of Silence, with the most incredible former news anchor and Emmy Award winner, Daria Chisholm. And I'll soon be interviewing someone who's my hero and inspired me to speak out in the first place, Rosie Batty. And so what I just say is lean into fear, because when you lean into it, that's where the exciting opportunities are. That's where the magic happens. You just have to let go, and let go because we can't control anyone else. We can't control anything that happens to us. So you might as well let it go. Just take your hand off the steering wheel and trust that if you walk a straight and honest line that's true to yourself, your core values, beliefs, and goals, then whatever is meant to be will be, and you will be walking in the right direction. One of my online students actually said to me that she's been offered this job in New York, and she's going to move there with her young son. But she's absolutely terrified of the future, terrified of the unknown. She said, what if I've made the wrong decision? What if they find out that I'm actually really not good at the job and I'm an imposter, you know? And I say to her, firstly, what's your gut instincts telling you? Because our gut instincts are a really good guide. So if your gut instincts are telling you to take that job, well then go. And secondly, I say, what's the worst that can happen? You can always buy a ticket and come home. So sometimes that fear of the future, or fear of the unknown, and fear of change is just a fear of fear itself, if that makes sense. And once you lean into that fear, once you stand firmly and just face it, stare it down, it goes away. It's incredible how much it goes away. So all we can control is ourselves. We can't control anybody or anything around us. We can only control ourselves and how we respond to other people. So what I would say is let go of everything else. Let go of all the things you just can't control. You can't control the outcomes of anything, so just let it go. What you can control is being aligned, focusing on you, and being aligned to what your core values, beliefs, and goals are, and making sure that the road you walk is very true to those. And the more that you do that, the more people will come into your orbit who are like you. And the better you will be at deciphering what isn't aligned to those true values, core beliefs and goals, and steering away from people who aren't, and situations that aren't true to those. I don't know what that noise is, just ignore that. Because when you do that, now I've lost my train of thought because of that. That was my printer, actually. When you do that, you just focus on you and stay true to your values, beliefs, and goals. You will find that you can make those decisions about others that come into your life or situations that arise. You can say, well, is that good enough for me? Does that situation align with my values, core beliefs and goals? And does that person do the same? And if not, you can make a decision to walk away and make decisions based on those values, beliefs and goals. For example, I've got this saying, I love these mantras of mine, but I've got this saying called, I love the word responsibility, because we have the ability to respond the way we choose. We can't control anything or anyone else around us, but we have the ability to choose the way we respond to those. So we don't have to fear the future. We have no reason to fear the future because we can't control it, so we can just let it go. But when situations arise or people come into our lives, we can choose how we respond to them and make a decision based on that. And the other thing about letting go of all the other things you can't control, trying to control people, trying to control the outcome of your future or whatever, is you can just be still. And when you're still and let everything else go, and you stop obsessing with, is it the right decision I'm making or not, or what's going to happen in the future or whatever, then what I call the little signs or little miracles start to appear. Ones that you were so blinkered before and you couldn't see because you were just so caught up in your own obsession with what's going to happen and what you can control. And honestly, these little miracles are incredible. When you start to see them, they're like these signs that tell you, go this way. This is the way to go. This is where you're meant to be. And that's like a person that comes into your life and just says something at the right moment that you needed to hear. Or an opportunity that will arise that actually you wouldn't have heeded or seen before. It might even be an unpleasant experience, a person that's not very nice that you don't like, but comes into your life for some reason that actually teaches you a lesson about yourself that you needed to learn, and in a way is a mirror that reflects back at you something that you need to understand and learn about yourself to improve and have a better life. And that job in New York, it might not be the right decision, but it could also then lead to a new door, an exciting new door that you never knew was possible if you had not taken that job. So I would just let it go. And the other thing about fear of change, fear of the unknown, fear of the future, break it down. If I'm afraid of running a marathon, well, the way to break it down is just to go for that first walk, then another one. Then eventually you can do a little bit of a jog, and then you can do your first run. And soon enough, the day will come when you can cross that finish line. It's the same with life. Break it down. Just say, I'm terrified of the future. Okay, well, I can't control it. So I might as well let it go and just take one day at a time. And the other thing I'd say to that girl who's frightened of going to New York, if you think of just today, I can't control my future. Can I do anything about that fear today? Can I do anything about it? You know, worrying about how that job's going to pan out today. Can I do anything about it? No. So what can I do? start packing. That's what I'd say.